right, so to find the intercepts, if you just think about like where an intercept is, it's where we cross the particular axis. So if you're on the x-intercept, you have an x value there. What's equal to 0 is y. And when you're on the y-intercept, you have a y value. What's equal to 0 is your x. So when we talk about finding the intercepts, we are going to set the other variable equal to 0. Now, for this particular function, if I'm going to find the x-intercept, that means I need to set y equal to 0, my other variable. So if I set the whole function y, that equal to 0, what's going to happen is now I'm going to have to solve a fraction is equal to 0. Now, when you think about fractions or equations with fractions, we usually want to clear the denominator. So what we'll do to solve this is we will do exactly that. We will clear the denominator. And when we clear this denominator, we are, of course, assuming that x plus 2 cannot be equal to 0. Now, when we look at what's left over, we have 1 is equal to, and on the right-hand side, 0. So what that tells us is that there is no x-intercept. Because again, if you look at 1 is equal to 0, there's nothing to solve for, so we have no x-intercept. Now, in contrast, if you look at a different function, so let's say we have like 3x x squared over x plus 2. In that case, when we set this function equal to 0 to find the x-intercept, we clear the denominator just as we did up above. But now, because we have a variable in the numerator, we will have something to solve for. So here we would divide by 3, take the square root, and we would get x is equal to 0. So when you're talking about a rational expression, a fraction equation, what you're going to usually have for the x-intercept is the x-intercept is basically going to amount to setting the numerator equal to 0, because you can always clear that denominator, and then you're really just looking at where the numerator is equal to 0. Now, for the y-intercept, what we will do is we will set the other variable equal to 0. And so the other variable would be about setting x equal to 0. So if you take a function such as f of x is equal to 1 over x plus 2, to find the y-intercept, you would just set x equal to 0. And so that amounts to plugging in 0 in for x. And so that would give you 1/2 as your y-intercept. Now, of course, to type in your answer, you need an x comma a y coordinate. So your x, you plugged in 0. Your y, you found as 1/2. So this would be our y-intercept, 0, 1/2.